Shane Gillis has a great bit about Conor McGregor in Roadhouse. He goes, Conor McGregor basically played a coked out Conor McGregor in Roadhouse.
That's so accurate.
And Shane does like a Conor impression, so it's fucking hilarious. He's like, fucking. I mean, he likes coke.
Joe Rogan didn't hold back when the conversation turned to Conor McGregor. According to Rogan, McGregor's entire fighting style is built around one dangerous gamble, going all in from the very first round. It's the kind of approach that makes him look unstoppable in the opening minutes, but once the fight drags on, the mask slips and Conor suddenly looks like everyone else. Rogan flat out said that when McGregor can't get that early finish, he turns very human in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounds. Fans out against Nate Diaz, they side against Mayweather, and Rogan made it clear this isn't just bad luck, it's a pattern that's haunted Conor for years. But here's the kicker. Rogan hinted that this might not even be about poor conditioning or lack of preparation. Instead, he suggested it could be something much deeper, something Conor can never escape. And before we dive deeper into Rogan's explosive claims, if you're enjoying this breakdown, please help me hit my goal of 1,000 subscribers. It means the world and keeps videos like this coming.
Rogan didn't just stop at pointing out McGregor's cardio issues, he doubled down on why they happened in the first place. He called Conor's left hand the touch of death, a weapon so dangerous that fighters rarely survive when it lands clean. But Rogan argued that this incredible gift comes with a hidden cost. That kind of explosive knockout power doesn't come from training alone, it's rooted in genetics. He explained that where your muscles attach to your bones, how your body generates leverage, and the type of muscle fibers you're born with all determine whether you hit like a freight train or grind opponents down with endless volume. And in Conor's case, that terrifying left hand isn't just a skill, it's biology. But here's the twist. Rogan claimed the very thing that makes McGregor a superstar may also be the reason he collapses in later rounds. That knockout power burns fuel at a staggering rate, and once the tank dries, there's no recovery.
According to Rogan, Conor's downfall isn't just about poor conditioning or bad training camps, it could be written into his DNA. He broke it down by explaining the difference between slow twitch and fast twitch muscle fibers. Fighters like the Diaz brothers are built with slow twitch fibers that let them absorb oxygen and keep pushing round after round, overwhelming opponents with relentless pressure. But McGregor, he's the exact opposite. Rogan argued that Conor is packed with fast twitch fibers, the kind that fire explosively and deliver devastating knockout power, but gas out almost instantly. That's why McGregor racks up highlight reel knockouts in the first round, but struggles as fights stretch into the later stages. In Rogan's words, Conor might be fighting against his own biology. You can improve cardio, you can sharpen your technique, but you can't rewire your muscle fibers. For McGregor, the very gift that made him a global superstar may also be the curse that guarantees he fades when fights go long. And Rogan wasn't done yet because he pointed out the exact fight that exposed McGregor's limits to the entire world. Rogan pointed to one fight as the ultimate proof of Conor McGregor's fatal flaw, his boxing match against Floyd Mayweather. While many fans thought Conor was holding his own in the early rounds, Rogan revealed what was really happening. Mayweather wasn't overwhelmed, he was waiting. He let McGregor throw everything he had, encouraged him to burn energy, and simply stayed patient. By the 4th and 5th rounds, the difference was undeniable. Mayweather was fresh, calm, and efficient, while McGregor was visibly drained, swinging with desperation instead of precision. To Rogan, this wasn't just Mayweather outboxing Conor. It was a masterclass in exposing his greatest weakness. And the harsh truth, Rogan argued that this wasn't something Conor could fix in camp or with better cardio training. It was his physiology. His explosive, fast-twitch power gave him an early edge. But once the fight dragged on, his body betrayed him. But Rogan didn't stop with Mayweather. He pushed the speculation even further, hinting at another super fight that could have changed everything. After dissecting McGregor's weaknesses, Rogan shifted gears into pure speculation, and fans couldn't believe the names he brought up.
He floated the idea of Georges St. Pierre stepping into the ring with Floyd Mayweather, a matchup that instantly set the fight world buzzing. Imagine it. GSP's legendary gas tank, size, and volume striking against Mayweather's precision defense. According to Rogan, that clash could have been one of the biggest events in combat sports history. But it didn't stop there. Rogan also entertained the idea of McGregor getting another shot, whether against Mayweather or even against GSP himself. The problem? Rogan cast doubt on whether Conor could survive against either man once the fight dragged into deep waters. His genetics and fast twitch style made him lethal early, but against opponents built for endurance, Rogan suggested it was only a matter of time before the same story played out again. And that led to an even harsher take, because Rogan began addressing the allegations that McGregor might be more hype than reality.
This is where Rogan's words hit hardest. For years, critics have accused Conor McGregor of being overrated, a fighter who looks unbeatable in the first round but crumbles the moment his opponent survives the storm. And Rogan didn't hold back from fueling that fire. He flat out suggested that McGregor's entire style depends on ending fights quickly, because if they go long, his body simply can't keep up. It's an allegation fans have debated for years. Is Conor really a once-in-a-generation fighter, or is he a frontrunner whose success was built on timing and marketing more than true endurance and skill? Rogan's analysis added fuel to that controversy, making it sound like McGregor's downfall wasn't just possible, it was inevitable. To Rogan, Conor's legacy is haunted by one brutal truth. The very genetics that gave him the touch of death may also guarantee that he can never dominate in the championship rounds. And that leaves one final question. If McGregor's greatest gift is also his greatest curse, can he ever prove the allegations wrong?
Rogan didn't just stop at analyzing McGregor's physical limits. He zoomed out and asked the bigger question, what does this mean for Conor's legacy? In Rogan's view, McGregor will always be remembered as a fighter with the rare ability to end a career in one punch, but that ability comes with a giant asterisk. Every time Conor faded in the later rounds, from Nate Diaz to Mayweather to Khabib, the same storyline repeated itself. Rogan practically spelled it out. McGregor's career is defined by explosive starts and brutal finishes, but his legacy is haunted by the inability to survive deep waters. And that's when Rogan turned the heat up even more, by suggesting McGregor's career might already be set in stone.
As harsh as Rogan's breakdown sounded, he also left the door open. Because while genetics might stack the deck against McGregor, the fight game has always thrived on the impossible. If Conor could one day prove he can dominate past round 3, or shock the world in a rematch with Mayweather or another superfight, his entire story changes. But Rogan made one thing clear: time is running out. Every loss, every fight where Conor fades, gives weight to the allegations that he's overrated, that his fame was built more on personality, hype, and timing than pure dominance. Rogan's destruction of McGregor wasn't just about biology, it was a warning. Without a reinvention, Conor's critics may be proven right. So the question remains, can McGregor ever rewrite the script? Or will Rogan's words stand as the final truth about his career? Joe Rogan didn't just question Conor McGregor, he dismantled him. From the explosive first rounds to the inevitable cardio collapse, Rogan painted a picture of a fighter whose destiny might already be sealed by genetics. The touch of death made Conor a global superstar, but it also came with a curse. The deeper the fight goes, the more human he becomes. And that's the heart of the allegations. Is McGregor truly the elite warrior his highlight reel suggests, or has his legacy always depended on opponents folding under his early storm? Rogan made it clear, this isn't just about training and discipline, it's about biology, and no fighter can outrun their DNA forever. But maybe that's what makes Conor McGregor's story so fascinating. Every time he steps into the cage or the ring, the world watches to see if this time, somehow, he'll rewrite the script. And if you've been enjoying this breakdown of Rogan exposing Conor McGregor, make sure to help me hit my goal of 1,000 subscribers. It's free, and it means I can keep delivering you the biggest stories and controversies in combat sports.